Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/AITA. In today's episode, AITA for not paying my boyfriend back after he didn't get me the right birthday cake? AITA for going on a date instead of taking care of my brother's kid? AITA for not eating my GF's vanilla almond milk mac and cheese? Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. AITA for not paying my boyfriend back after he didn't get me the right birthday cake? I definitely have a bit of a complex about this kind of stuff because of how I grew up, always with my siblings getting what they asked for while I almost never did, and generally feeling like I never get my turn at things, so it will be helpful to know if I'm justified or overreacting. My BF and I have been dating for 10 months, and it was my birthday yesterday. I put a lot of effort into birthdays, including his, and was pretty excited about it for the last month or so. There is a local bakery that makes a really good-looking pineapple upside-down cake. I have been really wanting to try it and have been saving it for my birthday. About a month in advance, I told him my birthday was coming up and gave him a few activity ideas, and told him that I didn't need a gift but I really wanted a pineapple upside-down cake from XYZ Bakery. He said sure. Now, I know this was probably annoying, but I did mention this specific cake several times, even before last month. Like, we would drive by the bakery and I'd say something like, "Oh hey, that's the place with the pineapple cake, I want to do that for my birthday." I wasn't deliberately hammering the point home or anything, or aware that it was gonna end in a cake-centered conflict, but there were a couple occasions where it came up. And then a week before my birthday I did text him a reminder about the cake so that he would have the bakery info on hand. Yesterday rolls around and my boyfriend comes over to my apartment and gives me a gift, which is a Kindle. Not a bad gift, and I know they are expensive, but not something particularly relevant to me either. Then he says let's have cake, and presents what you all know by now is not the pineapple upside-down cake, but just a regular grocery store cake with the frosting balloons. Vanilla cake with vanilla buttercream. You guys, I was legitimately sad. If I knew he was gonna drop the ball on this, I would have just gotten myself a pineapple cake months ago instead of waiting. I was on the verge of tears because of not getting the one thing I actually wanted, which was that stupid cake, so I told him I was very disappointed and that he should just go home. He had 2 tickets to a comedy show for that night and one ended up going to waste. Now he's annoyed because it is of course just a cake and wants me to reimburse the cost of the wasted ticket. It was only about $30, but I'm bristling at the principle of it and said I didn't owe him the money. He sent me a Venmo request for $30, AITA if I don't pay? NTA, I'm sick of boyfriends/husbands getting a pass on BS like this. You clearly told him what you wanted and then he didn't even get the cake. You asked for one thing and he couldn't even do that right. This exactly. How hard is it to follow instructions? I mean, you needn't put any effort, you are told exactly what she wants. Right, women always get told we need to say exactly what we want, as if men are incapable of doing the shit we do for everyone else and just paying attention to the people we love and making inferences about what they would like, and even when OP did exactly that he ignored her and played the victim about it. Can't win except to not have any desires or sense of self at all, which is ultimately the goal of dudes like BF, I guess. NTA. Guy, girls are so confusing. Why can't they just say what they're thinking? We're not mind readers. Girl, I'd love a pineapple upside-down cake for my birthday. Literally just the cake would make me so happy. I'm saving the opportunity to try it for my birthday. Please get me that specific cake that I want for my birthday. Guy gets girl anything but the cake. Girl cries out of frustration. Guy, I think you need to calm down, I don't understand why you're upset. This entire post pains me. You are NTA. Edit, some fragile egos have been bruised by my incredibly relevant comment. This comment is a literal imitation of the scenario OP explained, yet some of you are taking it pretty hard. This situation absolutely does happen. If this post had been about a neglectful girlfriend who doesn't properly communicate her needs, then I would have mocked that too. Calm down, dudes. We know you're not all bad. If you're a guy and you don't do this to your girlfriend, then you should have been able to figure out that this isn't about you. NTA. You didn't hint. You flat out told him what you wanted, and he ignored it. Not saying leave him, but that screams minimal effort. Talk to him about it, and he can eat that $30. It's not going to get any better either. My husband is like this. I could give him a list and he will do anything except what is on that list. NTA, you specifically asked for this one thing and he didn't deliver. IMO birthday gifts aren't as much about the item as they are a demonstration of your listening and seeing that person. And it sounds like he ended up still going to the comedy show, even though she didn't go. Let's be honest, the tickets were a gift to himself. NTA. You were so specific. You're allowed to be upset when someone disappoints you. All the people who are saying ESH because you got so upset about a cake don't realize that it's not about the cake. It's about him not listening to you or not caring about making your birthday what you wanted. It's your birthday. You shouldn't have to put on a happy face and go to a comedy show to appease the feelings of the person who hurt your feelings. And you definitely shouldn't have to reimburse him for the tickets when it was his fault you were too upset to go. Not only did he not listen to her specific cake request, but he clearly is minimally interested in knowing her as a person, and her hobbies/passions, if he gifted her a Kindle when she says it's not in line with her interests. He just bought random stuff that could be construed as generous with no thought to what makes his partner unique. NTA, you specifically told him you wanted the cake from that bakery. Did you need to tattoo it on his hand so he'd remember? I am not sure if he needs better listening skills or if he is disrespectful, but if y'all want to stay together, he needs to take a much more active role in your conversations. Just as an example, back when my son was 15, he didn't have a job or a lot of money, but he was a thoughtful kid. So he asked one of the guys I worked with if he could make $10 doing something to help him out. My coworker was willing to give the kid $10, so they did the task and my son got paid. A few weeks later, on Mother's Day, he surprised me with my favorite chocolates and a card. That was why he wanted to earn the money. I had only told him one time what my favorite chocolate was, single mom, sewer type budget, and had not had any in quite a while. I know for a fact that he treats his girlfriend the same way. That is how a boyfriend/partner should act when it comes to things that you mention several times. Honestly, it seems like the boys who have been raised by single mothers are a lot more intuitive and empathetic than ones who grow up in the good old nuclear family environment. That is simply my personal observation. There are probably plenty of examples of horrible people raised by a single mom. I am really sorry you were so disappointed on your birthday, but now you don't need an excuse. Go buy that cake and share with nobody. Well, unless you want to, of course. You can totally have a very merry on birthday all by yourself. NTA. Forget all the cake stuff, the opportunity was the comedy show in question. Presumably, this was also a gift to you as it was an event for your birthday. If you don't want to go because he messed up your cake, or because you're not in a funny mood, or because you'd rather do something else, you can. In my view, when someone gifts tickets to an event, the gift is the choice to go for free, not the obligation to attend. Unless his middle name is Ticketmaster, I wouldn't expect to be hit with an erroneous "I feel disappointed on my not birthday" fee on that ticket stub. And it sounds like he went without her with the one of the tickets went to waste. So he still went. He only got those tickets because he wanted to go. Opie, let him eat his $30 and spend that money on a GD upside down pineapple cake. Info, what did he say when you asked him why didn't you get me the pineapple upside down cake? I didn't realize it was so important, it's just a cake. But pretty exasperated about it. AITA for going on a date instead of taking care of my brother's kid? So for some info, I 24M live at home with my parents working full-time as a chef. My brother is 21 and got a girl pregnant at 16, and his girlfriend and my nephew both live in the same roof. When I was younger, I was jealous that my brother started dating before me, but not anymore now, lol. So anyways, I'm part of a writing group, and I asked out a girl I've known for a while, and she said yes, she's a nurse, so we both work weird hours. The only time we were both free is on Monday, so we're getting breakfast together, then we're going to the movies. Now usually I look after my nephew then because I work the dinner shift, but I told my brother that I couldn't because I'm going on my first ever date. He said no worries and wished me luck, but his GF started freaking out at me. She said that they couldn't afford a babysitter then, and mom and dad are both working. I shrugged and said that it's not my kid, to which my brother agreed. She said I was being an inconsiderate asshole. Was I wrong here? NTA. I think his GF is getting a little too comfortable with having you always available. She's an adult and a mother. She needs to sort out her shit. Exactly. NTA. GF should consider that what you are doing in watching your nephew is a favor, not an obligation, and being rude and entitled could lose them your help entirely. Your brother has the right attitude. Have fun on your date. Now that OP is dating, I'm willing to bet the timeline on moving out just sped up, so the GF should start getting used to it. NTA. Enjoy your date. You didn't commit to be there for a kid no matter what, that's a parent's job description. You gave them lots of notice, now it's their problem. NTA. Their kid, their responsibility. Enjoy your date. NTA. You don't owe anyone free babysitting. They need to have a backup plan, and you deserve to find someone special. Your brother's GF is the only selfish a-hole in this situation. Have a great date. Even if he were being paid, it's reasonable to have a day where you can't do it and ask them to find someone else. I would take this one step further and tell her that unless she plans to pay you to babysit in the future, the next outburst like the previous will be the last. You are not in a triad relationship. You are helping, not obligated. NTA. Their child equals their responsibility. Your brother seems to get that. Your brother's girlfriend does not. I would explain to her that if she continues to act this way, she'll need to find a babysitter all the time. You aren't hired help and your kindness is being exploited. Here we go again on Reddit. Another entitled parent who expects people to be ready 24 hours to babysit their own child. NTA. Enjoy your date. If the GF can't afford a babysitter, then don't have a baby in the first place. NTA, you're doing this as a favor, not getting paid, and you gave them advance notice. Have fun on your date. NTA. It's not your child. If they can't afford a babysitter, that's a them problem, not a you problem. Interesting also that they can't afford a babysitter when I doubt they're paying market rate, if any rent at all, to live in his family home. NTA. You have given them plenty of notice to make other arrangements. All the best for your date. AITA for not eating my GF's vanilla almond milk mac and cheese? Last night she made Kraft mac and cheese but used sweetened vanilla almond milk instead of regular milk and sprinkled, not fresh, bacon crumbles on top. I didn't say a word but took a bite or two, and sneakily disposed of it after she ate hers without being rude. She didn't even notice that I didn't eat it. She found it in the trash and she's calling me picky right now and saying it's frustrating that I didn't eat it. That's absolutely disgusting, right? NTA. But always put something on top of what you're hiding in the trash. Ideally, bottom layer of napkins and paper towels, the hidden thing, and on top, a layer from the dust bin or vacuum bag. NTA. You're right, vanilla almond milk mac and cheese is absolutely disgusting. She needs to buy unflavored plant-based milks if she wants to cook savory meals with them. I won't say they have to be labeled unsweetened because some original flavors have some sweetener in them, but only enough to make them as sweet as dairy milk, not sweeter. That said, you have to be careful because some original flavors have some vanilla in them, even if they're not labeled vanilla flavor, and these taste terrible in savory dishes as well. Yeah, we accidentally made vanilla mac and cheese one time and it was gross. I mean, of course it was, but we were hoping it wouldn't be overwhelming. It was. NTA, you were polite. Even if it were true that you're picky, so what? Our partners are not the same as us, and we can either love and accept that or we move on. The idea that you should have powered through food you don't like for her is wrong. That mac and cheese sounds like a crime against humanity. NTA. Even your description makes me want to retch. You didn't complain. You tried to be polite. Your only mistake was not better covering your tracks, but even that shouldn't have been cause for GF going off on you. Man, I made the mistake of trying a little vanilla almond milk in some mac and cheese recently, since I didn't have anything else. Mine also went into the trash after one bite. I guess I insulted myself. NTA, but also why didn't you just tell her? So you're not being sneaky and she doesn't make it again for you and waste food. I think he was being sneaky solely to save her feelings. And if she makes mac and cheese like that, normally she's unhinged. I agree with this. Why are all the top comments hide it better next time? He should have just been honest and said, I don't really like this, do you want me to save the rest for you for another day or just toss it? I hate food waste and she seemed to enjoy her portion since she ate it all. I don't know how, it sounds absolutely disgusting, so maybe she would have wanted it. I wouldn't have cared that he didn't like the food, especially something so low effort. My husband and I certainly don't always agree on what foods we like, it's the sneakiness and waste that would have bothered me. I have a different take. NaH, just a lack of communication. Yes, sweetened almond milk sounds awful and I wouldn't have eaten it either. It's understandable that you wanted to spare her feelings, but you should have used your words to tell her you didn't like it so she had the chance to put it back in the fridge for later. I feel like you inadvertently hurt her feelings even worse by getting caught chucking it out instead of simply telling her you didn't like it. Wasting food, especially in this economy, is a shitty thing to do, but I don't think that alone makes you an asshole. Your intentions sounded pure. Sounds like you two have it sorted out if she has agreed to just prepare it that way for herself in the future. YTA for not being honest. That mac and cheese sounds awful, but you can tell your partner you don't like something, politely. Otherwise they'll make it again thinking you like it. NTA, you tried it, which was considerate, but didn't like it. Not surprising given the ingredients. My wife frequently cooks with stuff like this and we agree to disagree and just eat different stuff on those days. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.